Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we're using the great little DiviFlash plugin today. It's a great little enhancement to the Divi theme. DiviFlash adds 19 new modules to the Divi theme and they've got some great enhancements. The one we're looking at today is the Divi tilt card right there. And that's what we've got here. And if you actually hover over it, sort of follows your mouse. It'll tilt down when you're down the bottom, right when you're on the right, tilt backwards when you're on the top. And if people are mousing around your site and this sort of starts to happen, it's going to get their eyeballs on it, and that's what you want. Really easy to do, so let's get started. I'm going to enable the visual builder. Once enabled, let's go down to where we want to work and let's add a new row. I'll do a similar thing. I've got 3 columns in my row above. Divi comes as standard with all the blue icon modules here, plenty enough to build just about any site. When you add DiviFlash, you get the purple icons here, and there's some great little additions there, and I am looking for tilt. There it is, tilt card. So first thing, it's going to want to put in a title there, or prompting you to put in a title. Put in what you want, obviously. You see it right there. Add a bit of media, and you can add images as well, like any other text thing. And you can justify color and align things how you want here, as well as within the design of the Divi module here too. Great. You can use an image if you want to. I used an icon. Let's use an icon again. And you've got all of Elegant Themes icons here to choose from. Let's use the little house this time. You can choose the icon color below where you put it. I'm going to put mine in the middle. You can choose to give it a background if you want to. Gives it that square background there. I'll make my icon white so we can see it well. And you can choose to circle it if you want to. Now that's buffered up against the actual house icon there, but we can change that in a little while when we get onto the design tab. You can add a call to action button if you want to, like I've done above there. Put in what you want your button to say, obviously there, and the link where you want to take people with your button below there. I'm just putting a hashtag in because I don't have a real link. If you're taking them to your own site, another page on your site, keep it in the same window. If you're navigating off-site to a different website, open it in a new tab so your website stays open. Okay, let's move on down to tilt settings, and you can decide how far and how crazy you get with these settings right here. I'm going absolutely loony right there. You can reverse it if you want to. I'm going to put mine back down to the sort of default, and if you've messed with these and don't know what you've done, just simply select it and delete it and it'll bring it back to the default state for you. There we go. I'm going to leave mine just like that. That seems to work fine for me. You can put glare on there. If we look at the ones above, it sort of lightens up when it turns. It's giving it a bit of light on the upward side, if you will. So I'm going to leave that to on, and you can change the opacity and the scale, etc. You can make the car bigger or smaller if you want to when it hovers on it. And the speed, I'm going to slow mine down a little bit just for drama. Now if you put it full page listening, it means anywhere that you move your mouse on this page will have an effect on these cards. That's a little bit overkill for me. I like to have it when the mouse is on it, but I don't really want it happening when the mouse is other places, because it could be distracting to whatever people are trying to view. But in some situations I'm sure that's going to work perfectly. Content float gives it the appearance of it sort of floating, which I quite like that. And again, you can change the translate Z and scale and play with it and get it to do pretty much what you want it to do. But for me, that setting right there is quite smooth and nice. I don't want to link my card to anything. I will give it a background color. Now, I guess we've been using this blue here, so I'll continue using that. I'm going to take the opacity down so it's a little lighter. Something like that. Not going to give it an admin label. So let's move on to our design. Here's the image styles. We're not actually using an image, so I can ignore that. If you were, you've got alignment, force full width, rounded corners, and border styles. Title font, yeah, let's change that a bit. I'm going to make it bold, uppercase. I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to make it white. Letter spacing and everything's fine there. Content font, again, I'm leaving it on the generic font. Divi by standard has hundreds and hundreds of fonts for you to choose from, and if you just hover on one, it'll give you an example of what it looks like. But for expediency, I'm just going to leave mine on the default, which works fine for me. So we're on the content. I want to make that white. I want it to be in the middle. It's fine. I think I might darken down my background. The font's getting a little lost in there. Content text color's fine. Button background, let's give it a color. That's fine. Button font, again, I'll leave absolutely as it is. I'm going to make it white in color though. And let's capitalize it and put it in the center. Okay, so we're happy with that. Let's just darken down my background a little bit. So I'm going to go back to my content, back to my background, because I can't see that writing doesn't look quite sharp enough to me. So let's bring this down a little bit. That's better. We can read everything a lot easier that way. Okay, back to the design where we were. We were on the content font. We've just done the button. Now it gets interesting. Let's go to our custom spacing. Now we've got the wrapper, which is what everything's wrapped in. So we can give our content a little more space if we want to by giving it some more padding. Let's give it 30 pixels all around. Just put it in the 30, it'll put in the pixels for you. That's fine. Wrapper wise, I think we're alright there. We might want to change some more in a minute. Let's go to our content. There's our icon, and our actual icon itself sort of almost spilling out. So let's give it a bit of padding. Icon padding. Let's try giving it 10 pixels all around. See what that looks like. Again, just put in the 10, it'll put in the pix for you. Hit the chain, it'll do the opposite side. That's great, that works fine. And here's our title. I want a bit of space between that and the icon, so let's give it a bit of margin on the top. Great. Title and content are fine where they are. Make that button a little fatter all round, so I'm going to give it, say, 10 pixels top and bottom, 15 pixels left and right. I also want that button to be in the middle. So let's go back up here to our button. We should be able to align it. There it is. Align that in the middle. Back down to our spacing. And I want to push that button down a little bit, so I'll give it a margin on top of 30 as well, just to push it down a tiny bit. There we go. Happy with all of that. Let's go to our border. I'm just going to give it a border on the bottom. You can give all four at once: top, right, bottom, or left. I'm just going to put a few on the bottom. We'll make it one more for fun, and we'll make it blue, same as everything else. And just to finish off, let's give it a little bit of box shadow. There we go. Let's save our changes and exit the visual builder. Go on down, and there's our little tilt card. As we go up, it tilts back, down it goes forward, left it goes left, right it goes right, diagonally, etc. Like I say, if people are mousing around your site and that happens, it's going to get their eyes on it pretty quickly. That's a great little feature. So once again, we're using the little DiviFlash plugin for this. You can find the link below this video. If anybody wants to check it out, it's a great addition to the Divi theme. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignertechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.